Hi, this is Brant from tradeguild.blogspot.com, and it is the 21st of August, early AM in the morning, and we're going to take a look at ADBL. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold, and I don't have a position in ADBL currently. I did short it back on a bull trap in early '05, back in this area. And over the course of next year and a half or so, I'd been long and short several times, but no position now. One of the things that ADBL has had a pretty good relationship with is this 200-day moving average, roughly. You can see it's in blue, 50-day moving average in yellow. So you can see some support over here off this initial breakdown. We had a little bit of initial attempt at some support there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. So it's not any surprise really to see when ADBL made a breakout, the significant resistance zone, let me get rid of this 50-day, was really the 200-day moving average in blue there. You can see it in February. And here's the big breakout, of course, on big volume, and really it's that 200-day moving average that was the celebration here on this breakout. And then there's been a little attempt over here to find some support around that 200-day moving average. I've gone ahead and drawn in a whole bunch of trend lines just because videos can only be 10 minutes and it just take too long to do it all. But basically we have a trend line up here that's acting as major resistance. Here's our initial breakdown on a gap over here in early '06. These gaps provide strong support and resistance. This one acting as resistance now, as you can see over here in April and again in May, and just recently here in the beginning of August. So that's our major resistance here, and pretty much our major support is down here around, I'm going to say that's probably around $8.60 or so. So you can see we had a test of that 1-2 times, and then basically as well as the 200-day moving average that was down here, we also saw the breakout really above that resistance zone, which has now become support, as you can see over here. So these are our major zones of support and resistance around $8.60 and $12. And that's really where the action is right now. Additionally, we have some other zones of support and resistance minor. And let me just point those out real quick. Like I said, gaps provide strong support and resistance. We had this initial gap over here, and then a gap down. So the top of this gap really is providing resistance here throughout June and July. And we had that little breakout over here, which hit major resistance up here. So this area should have become support. Instead, it broke down right through that. Back here we found some initial support. We had, some new support formed in this area, but the major, or not major, it's really minor support, but the more significant support really is still off this gap. Here's resistance here and support here. So you can see it tagged over here. It broke through it over here, and now this former support is coming into play as resistance in here, and we've had that breakout. Again, we have another little zone right here, and I'll show you that on a hourly chart. Let me just go to an hourly chart here, and here we are at the hourly chart. And you can see on this little pullback here, after we broke out, we had a little pullback, formed some minor support, which broke down, and that is now being tested as minor resistance. So we'll see what happens with that. But basically, still our main players are the $12 level and that $8.75 level. Okay, so what else do I have for you? I'm kind of winging it here a little bit, so I have a few notes. I'm just going to check in on those periodically. A couple other indicators. Now, if you have Telechart, I'm using Telechart. I'm also a Telechart affiliate, so I have a bunch of links to Warden Telechart. And if you want to try it out for 30 days free, I'd appreciate using the links from tradeguild.blogspot, or just let them know you heard about them from TradeGuild.blogspot, and we get, we're an affiliate, so we get a little commission, but it doesn't cost you anything more. Some of the indicators that work really well with Audible has been Wardens BOP, which is down here, presumed accumulation in green, and distribution over here in red. We can see accumulation into this move, and it faded into distribution over here. I'm going to pull out a pointer. Here we go, distribution up in here, you can see, and we had the distribution fade over here, and we got a nice move. There's some accumulation, and that accumulation right in this area started to fade. So then we see some more selling, and the selling fading in this area. And if you pause the video, you can really take a look and see, here we see some building accumulation. There's that gap up. So take a look at that. That's a pretty interesting indicator. It's worked out pretty well. Also, pretty interesting. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I have my own true-false indicators that are showing divergences more or less, and that is in red, and presumed positive divergences. And you can see this one worked out pretty close. This one worked out pretty good. This one worked out very well, and this one a little bit early, but it worked out pretty good. So if you get set up with Telechart, I'm glad to share those with you. Some other indicators that work pretty well with Audible is Wardens Money Stream Indicator, and I'm going to pull that up right now. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Okay, Money Stream is in red. I have a simple 40-day moving average in blue, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You can see where Money Stream broke down over here. Money Stream got above its moving average right in this area. We get a nice rally off that. Dips down below it over here, sell off, and if we zoom in, you'll see it picked it up right in here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so more recently, crossover over here, so some accumulation, the end of that move over here, and again we get a crossover a little bit early there for that big move up, and a cross below over here, and another crossover up here, and a cross below here. So we're not in the best position with Money Stream right now. We'll have to see how that pans out, but it's been a pretty reliable indicator. Also, Wardens time segmented volume, which is down here in the deeper purple, and 30-bar moving average. So we can see some crossover here, nice little rally there, crossover here, and that's actually looks like a couple of days early. Nice rally, cross under there, the end of that rally, again crossover here. So it looks like ADBL responds pretty well to accumulation distribution indicators. I haven't checked on balance volume and some more of the traditional ones, but I'm sure that you'd probably get pretty similar results. Let me see what else I have for you here. Yeah, I just want to point out this. This is another custom indicator that I built. That's one of the neat things with Telechart. You can build your own indicators, and then their blocks platform, you can do just about anything. But this is an oversold indicator, and you can see it's flashing oversold right at the top of this move right here. So that would be, if you're a trader, an exit signal. Now we're going to get into my own personal indicator that I've written, and I keep it a secret. It's just my thing, but I'm willing to share the readings with you. And we're going to take a look at some serious accumulation and distribution in ADBL. But I'm going to have to do that on another video because I only have 10 minutes on YouTube. So I will be right back with another video.